Toyota RAV4 2012. Maybe you have one. Let's say the handle broke. I'm gonna do this one because I already replaced the other one. The one was broke, but I'm gonna change the old one because it's getting a little brittle. So the way you do, first you're gonna come here. First thing, we're gonna use this tool to get off this panel right here. So you're gonna maybe tackle it this way or that way. You're gonna pull that panel. You can see there's a connector here. Disconnected. There we go. We got that out of the way. Number two, there's a screw right here. You know, we're gonna lift this little thing. You can see it comes right off. Second one is this one right here. There's two screws. So we're gonna try to get in there. Get this one out. There we go. Be careful. All right, now that we have this out, I wanted to show you that there is a screw right here in this hole, and another one right there in that hole, and there is a third one right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take those screws. Okay. First one here. Disconnect these. Take that screw out. There's one screw. Take the other one. This one's really hard. It's coming right now. Okay. There's that guy there. Another one here. That one. All right. Now we got those screws loose. Right there. You can see. I'm gonna get a little magnet and try to pull them out. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. See, there's one. But if you cannot, when you take the panel, just put the panel upside down and the screw might fall. This one, the bottom one, seems like always the hottest one. It doesn't want to come out, so we're gonna leave it there, and when I take the panel, we're gonna fix that. All right, now we're here. I'm gonna move the camera. We can have a better angle. So we're gonna use this tool here, and we're gonna start pulling this entire panel out. So I'm gonna start from this bottom side here. It's usually easier, and then you can move your way to the top. So okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now we're right here. I'm gonna put this thing here, and right here is the latch to open the door. You just pull it out. It's really easy. You can see it's right here, and it has 2 clips. All you do is push it back and it will come right out. So okay, there's my neighbor blasting some music. Okay, so now we have to take this guy out of here. We're gonna disconnect these 2 cables. Number one, remember the white one is always the top and the green one is the bottom. So you're gonna lift this up gently, pull this out. Same thing lift up, get it out. We're gonna put this out of the way, and we're gonna disconnect two cables. There's one here by the side of the door. I'm gonna disconnect that. You push the little button here and gently pull it out. There's another one right here, which is the speaker. Yeah, it's the speaker connector right there. So we're gonna press that, and it's a little button on the side. Press it all the way and pull it out. All right, we got two of those guys fully disconnected. All right, now what we're gonna do is we need to pull these plastic out so we can get in there to be able to take the latch, the door latch. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use a sharp box cutter or some sharp object. So we gently gonna pull these. You know, you can use a box cutter to remove the adhesive. You know, gentle. Or you can just, if you're in a hotter place, it might come out really easy like this. So what we're gonna do is pull it all out completely down. I'm gonna get these cables out. There's a little hole there, so they're completely out of there. I'm gonna keep on pulling these till we get it completely all the way down. Get the other cables out of the way. This one here, and here we are. Now that we have access to this part right here, I'm gonna get these cables and gently pass it through this hole. You can see there's like a little plastic thing. We wanted to go through that side into this side, so when we pull the latch, it will be easier to come out. So what you do is you can remove these. See, push it in, boom, got it through that side. So you can see I got it through that side. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. And I pull this little thingy out of the way, push it in, and then, like I say, right there. So now we have that right there. Now we're gonna use a T30 screwdriver. You see it has kind of like a little star. It's called the T30. So, all right, we're gonna come back here on this side, and you can see right there, there's 1, 2, 3 screws we're gonna take out. So now that we have pulled out the screws, we're gonna come back inside here, and we're gonna pull the latch out. Okay, the latch. I'm sorry about my English. I don't know how to say the latch, but I'm gonna pull this guy out of here. Be careful. Turn it around. Trying to find a way to carefully get it out. and there is right out. So we're gonna put it here to the side. Now the important part, ladies and gentlemen, is how we're gonna get the handle. So right here there is a screw all the way deep in there. You guys might not be able to see it, but yeah, there is a screw all the way in there. You see it? Right there is the screw. So you want to use an extension to get to the screw. You want to loose it, but make sure you don't drop it. You don't pull it all the way out, because if you put the screw all the way out, it might fall inside here. Okay, you don't want to drop it, so you want to screw it slowly, and we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go in here, and we're gonna start to screw that, which is gonna lose this guy, and then we're gonna pull this guy, and I'm gonna show you how to do that exactly. So go back in here. I have an extension here. I'm gonna get all the way where the screw is. You know, it's pretty deep in there, so you can see the fine. Okay, you can see I'm loosening it, and as I loose it, these little things start to come out more and more and more and more. You see? So I'm gonna loose it completely, and that way we'll take this guy out. So I'm gonna see if I can pull it out with these. Oh, there we go. So as you can see right here, I used the prank tool to pull it out, and the thing kind of went flying, but I pull it out. The screw still in there. Don't push it all the way in, because it might fall inside and you might not be able to get it back. Okay, so now that we're here, I want to show you something. We want to pull the handle. You want to pull it out. So the way you do is you're gonna hold it, and you're gonna push in that direction, and then you're gonna get this side first, and then that second. So push out. You can see. Don't lose this little thing. So here's the old handle, and we're gonna replace it with the newer one. Here's the new handle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert the new handle, but first don't forget to put this guy. This guy has a little latch in there. It goes in right here, so it holds. You can see it in top here. See the little edge, so it goes in here, and you push it in that way, so it stay in there. Okay, now we're gonna get. If we have this here, we're gonna get this part here first, and then this one second. So get that one in there. You can see. I'm gonna change the angle so you can see it better. Oh, I'm gonna get this part in there first. Once I have that part in there, I'm gonna get the other part then when the two parts are in there, I'm gonna push that way. Just the same thing we did before, but opposite direction. Before we push this way to get it out, now we're gonna put this first and slide that way, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna set up the camera. It's in, boom. Now it's right there, and we're gonna make sure this is working. It's not working, so something is going on, and I noticed because when I changed the other one before, I made a mistake, but it wasn't my mistake. It's actually a manufacturer mistake. I bought this on Amazon, and I'm gonna pull it out again and show you what the problem is. So when they made this, they have to make a mold for this thing. This one is exactly the same as the other one, but with one slightly different. I'm gonna take this to the shade and show you, okay? Okay, here's the little different. So when they made the mold came with this extra little plastic in here. I'm gonna show you. You might not be able to see it right here. This is supposed to be flat, but it has a little edge from the mold, a little plastic. So that plastic is not allowing the mechanism to work how it's supposed to. So what I did, you can see it there. You see it? You see the little thing right there? That's supposed to be flat. That's not supposed to be an edge there. So what I did is I got my box cutter, or you can use a file. So I use a file. I'm going to show you. In case you come across this same issue. So here's a round, where is it? Here's a round file, okay? And I'm gonna go right there on the edge, and I'm gonna file away the excess. So and file away the excess. And then I'm gonna test it again, okay? So I'm filing away the excess of the plastic from the mold. And now you can see there is no little plastic thing. Now it's as straight as an arrow. Now we're gonna try to put it back on and see if the door opens. Here we are again. Same thing. This part first, then this one. Okay. Then that way. Now the time of truth, like they say. Now we're gonna test if the door latch works. And you can see opens and close. Before it wouldn't even move. Now works perfect. And that's one of the biggest problems people come across. Now second part, we're gonna put this part back on. I have the old one, which is still good, but it's a little bit decolorated, and I have a newer one. So I'm gonna get that. We're gonna put it in there, you know, where it belongs. Get the screw again. I'm gonna start screwing the back on. This is a little crappy screw I have. There we go. Try to get it in there. You can see now it's all the way in. I'm gonna tight. It's nice and snug. Very good. Perfect. Now we have perfect. All right. Now we're back here and we have to put everything back the way it was. All right. So here we have the latch mechanism. Make sure you don't touch anything, especially this little button. This little button here is for the child safe door. So you always want to keep it up, not down, because if you keep it down, it might do something and lock the mechanism. So when we put this back, I came across a big problem. It's not just you're gonna put it in and you're gonna screw it. So what you want to do is we want to put this back in, and we want to align with that in the like this. So when you pull the thing, it will open and close the door. All right, so that have to be aligned with that plastic little latch thing. All right, because it would have saved me a lot of work, and it would have saved people a lot of work if they would have explained that in the videos I watch. So I have to I put all of these together, and then it didn't work, and I have to take everything out again and redo it. So that was the big problem with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall this guy back again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it in there. Remember, there's one screw in the top, two in the bottom. Okay. I get in here. And be careful to get it in there. Place it in there. I'm gonna align everything here so everything is in order. There we go. One screw on the top. Two screws in the bottom. Perfect. Now we gotta screw everything back. You gotta find my screwdriver with the same T30 right here. So the reason I show you this is because this is a most common mistake that people make, and I made this mistake, and it took me 2 times. You know, I have to do it a second time to be able to take everything apart and fix it. But right there is, so all done. Now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this back, but before we're gonna get these cables back where they were before. So I'm gonna get it through here, and I get one this side, and I go here. You see, I'm gonna pull it this in this side, okay? And I go here again, pull this other one. There we go. Now we have it exactly where they belong. Okay. So now I'm gonna set this back in a tripod to show you what we gotta do next. Now we're gonna put everything back where it was. I'm gonna get, you can see these cables back through the loop right here, the little hole back there, and then there's another right here where this one goes through there. There we go. And I'm gonna connect the speaker of the car right here. Okay, click, connected. We're gonna start sticking this back to the door. Right. You can see we have everything again in there connected. Not connected yet, but we have all the door panel, plastic part all installed here. So don't forget to connect this connector here. This one push in, and we have this one is for the window control. And now all we have to connect is these cables back to the handle here. Don't forget the white one goes on top. So we're gonna get it in there, put it in, make sure that when you get it lined up with this edge, you push in till it clicks. You hear that? It's a click. So the green one goes in the bottom, same thing, push it, click, and there we go. We have the 2 controls ready to go. Now we're gonna have to put back the door panel. Here's the door panel, and we have to install this guy right back in here. So there's a little 1, 2 latches in here. They go on each side of this little thing. It goes in really easy. I'm gonna have to turn around and try to do this while the camera is rolling. So what you do is you try to go in here. You can see you slide it in, and then slide it in, and then push the little clicks back in there. There we go. You can see it comes in really easy, and it also comes out really easy. So try to keep it without pushing it out. So now it's in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this panel back on, okay? And by doing that, we're gonna start from the top of the panel, and then we're gonna move to the bottom. There we go. So we got the top of the panel, and now we're gonna push the sides so we'll snap back on in place. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Perfect. Now it's all back on. We gotta fix this. We gotta screw. We're gonna put that screw back in there. You can see. Perfect. Now we have this little guy. What you want to do is you want to pull the latch and slide it in there and try to push it in. Okay, it's in there. There we go, till it clicks, and it's right in. Number 2, we're gonna put the control for the window. So here's the little connector. Make sure you connect it back on. Same thing, slide it in. Okay. So making it a little difficult for me right now. So I'm gonna get it in there one way or another. There we go. It's in there. No, I got it in. Now we have sorry about that. We have the screws. One goes up here and one goes down there. So let's do that. Sorry, it's a little hot here. I'm here in Arizona, so the heat is pretty brutal right now. My phone has overheated like 2-3 times while I was making this video, and I have to stop and wait and put it in the refrigerator to cool down. So there you go. There's one. There's 2. Again, all right, nice and snug. Last piece, get it in there, get it where it goes, push it in, nice, and here's the door. Open, close. We're gonna try the remote to see if it locks in and locks out. Here's my keys. I'm gonna close the other door. Gonna hit the remote, lock, Door is locked. Unlock. Door is locked. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you successfully change the door handle on a Toyota RAV4 2012. I'm sure you can do it the same way to other models, but I don't remember exactly what models. Negative commentaries will be block or erase. This is made for educational purpose. I hope you enjoyed the video and you have a fantastic day.